I'm back. Hi, everybody. Well, my first real post-surgery stream. Surgery went well. I had the community here that we see chatting away. Most are in Discord, kind of going back and forth and having some fun. And they're all checking on the old man. Protect the old man at all costs. And also, I actually did a little bit of a Minecraft battle run thingy, where too everybody protected the old man at all costs. So it was like I'm like going, I don't know what to do here, and they're telling me, okay, here's a chest of stuff. They're donating me things, which is really cool. I never knew what that was about. And then I had like a diamond helmet and a diamond sword and diamond boots, and I had cake, and I had like something to I made it through somehow. They blocked everything. They took the heat, but it was really fun. So I did that. Did a bunch of writing and all kinds of great things. But I'm here now. So it was a little more of a lengthier recovery than my other surgeries in the same area, but I'm here. I'm happy. I'm going to go as long as I can today. And so that being said, if you're watching this on YouTube, super cool beans. If you ever want to join us on Twitch, the links are down below. And so I'm actually going to start with some Wheel of Cheese. And if you're first time, now for those of you who are here now, right now, and this is your first time here, and you want to take a chance at the Wheel of Cheese, you just click on that form that's pinned on top of the chat, and put your name in there and the song you want me to listen to. Rule number 1, 2, and 3: nothing over 7 minutes. Otherwise, it's an automatic punt. So that's my story I'm sticking to. So what do you say we get going? Let's get some Wheel of Cheese happening here. And let's see what we got here. Let's start with Queso Nuevo, the newbies. I think what we're going to have here for our newbies is, let me see what we got. There we go. Look at our noobs. You guys see your names there? Who's there? Anybody there? If you're on this wheel, you got to come in and at least say hi. One of you guys just come in and at least say hi. You're hanging out. So, all right, here we go. Let's see what we got here for the Wheel of Cheesy. Hey, Jonathan. How are you? Here we go. And the wiener is... Could it be? Would it be? Should it be? Scorpius. Hey, Visibility Zero. Hang it in there, Visibility Zero. I do this a few times during a stream, so. All right, let's see what Scorpius wants. Scorpius would like us to check out a band, okay, and the band is called, I think it's, what do we say? It's the Aquabats, if I'm correct. Name of the track is Super Rad. Let's see, these guys are just a super fun ska band. Oh, I like ska, man. I've always wanted to be getting back to Streetcar Manifesto as well. They always dress up in their superhero outfits, and during concerts have people in monster villain outfits fighting on stage. So it's kind of like a cosplay mosh pit concert vibe. I kind of like that. That's super badass, really. I'd like to see a video on that. They even had a Saturday morning cartoon. Oh, geez, really? Okay, well, this is from Scorpius 22. Let's go ahead and see what this is all about. All right, Ryu. The future of the Apple phone right there. As hell. I'm not even listening to the music. I am, but I mean. This is great, super great ska vibes, but this is really giving me Oingo Boingo vibes. See, this part right here reminds me of the Oingo Boingo vibes. I love that drum pattern right there. They had to have been having the best time ever doing this video. Yeah, Mandrix, that's another one, Sublime. Super rad. What a great track. There's no two ways about it. This was the best way to open up the stream. I think this is a song that we need more than anything right now, just to clear our heads. It did sound very. It pulled me into my old memories of Oingo Boingo, and I think Damn Registration. I forgot who it was asked me if I was in LA during that. Actually, yeah, I didn't get to Hawaii for that first round until the late '70s. So Oingo Boingo actually played. At a place in the San Fernando Valley, a couple places in the San Fernando Valley before they even broke out, and I went to one of those shows way back in the day. So yeah, but I think this was the perfect track to open this stream with. Little sense of humor, lighten up the load, laugh it off, and you know, briefly about the music. For my head, I just love the fact that it was just an old recording. It just sounded really nice and analog-y. What I love about ska is it always seems to be so comedically positively written. You know, the chord choices are usually very uplifting, you know, but there's always a lot of that super fun play with it. So it's kind of like, you know, I would say ska probably would have been some of the best music to go behind Keystone Cop stuff, like old Keystone Cop videos. You know, because it's always got that same kind of energy as we just saw in the video. So that, you know, for me, that's what it represented. But Aquabats, huh? Scorpius, that was perfect. Perfect way to start that, man. Thank you for bringing that in there. Okay, let's refresh and let's do another wheel of cheese. Let's do queso pobre. Let's see what we got here for queso pobre. Oh, not too bad. We got a little. We got ourselves a fun little group of chatters here. People who are hanging in there. You guys ready? Are we ready? Are you ready? Are we ready? Let's spin. Who do we got? Who do we know? Oh! It looks like Dorkathidori. Dorkathidori, are you still here with us? Let's see what Dorkathidori wants. Let's see here. Hey, we got our first game. Some gaming music. How's about we do? This one is called, I don't know if I've ever done anything from this one. Pocky and Rocky. Pocky and Rocky, is that a thing? So this one is called Pocky and Rocky Reshrined OST Stage 3 An Ancient Land. And he says, "Hiya, GB. How's it? This is a remix of a now re-released game from my childhood. The game originally came out in 1992 for the superhero Nintendo." When you say childhood in 1992, I was 30 years old. I'm like, childhood. I'm like, God, I was already making a mess. Anyhow, and it has now been brought back for people to enjoy once again. The game is very lighthearted and silly in nature, focusing mainly on Japanese folklore and legend, but playing like an old arcade game. All right, let's do this for Dorothy Dory. Sorry, you know how I am with the names. Let's go. I really like this little delayed arrangement that's in the melody with that really high sound. It's got that theremin kind of vibe. Very full voicings and everything. I love how they're stepping in and out of what I would consider chord patterns that you might hear in pop Japanese songs without being J-pop and maybe a little more older school. And that little carousel vibe that the bass line. I love me some old, slow, attacky, stringy module. Try me some. I wonder if there's a Dory. Is there like a leitmotif in here? Is this part of the main theme, or is there a little essence of that in this track? You know, Dory, that's a thing. When you say something like throughout the track or throughout the game, they stay really close on their instrumentation. And though that's not defined, and I don't think so. Maybe some of you music scholars here can help me out. But if you have a whole game, then they're using all the same exact instrumentation, of course, changing the arrangements. I think that's kind of like an emotional leitmotif. You know what I'm saying? The term motif or leitmotif is a repetitive or revisited melody, or a melody can be, you know, re-etched into different arrangements. But I think sonic character bass use of instruments, like staying consistent through and through, is very, very much a part of that kind of vibe. I like the track. It was really fun. These first 2 tracks have been really great. I'm going to do 2 more Wheel of Cheeses. How about that? Sorry, guys. I thought I bought the Lihing Muing without seeds, but these have seeds, so I'm going to... Gross. Still tastes great, but... Let's do some more Wheel of Cheese. How about that, guys? 2 more. We'll do 1 more fresh, 1 more pobre, and then we'll do a nice run of donos. Okay, let's see what we got here. Bonus cheese. Hey, Erismorg, how you doing today? Glad you dropped by. Okay, let's do some noob cheese. And Dory, thank you so much for coming in here and hanging out. I'm stoked you won. Okay, if you're here on this noob wheel, I know that Jonathan is here. If you're here, say hi, because we spinning. Let's go. Uh-oh. Verdelight Dream. Let's see what Verdelight Dream would like. Oh, we're going to continue on the video game thing, actually, from one of my favorite video games, especially if this is old school 8-bit or some of the original here, guys. This is a restored from Donkey Kong 3. It's called Milf Fever. Oh shit, that's funny. Milf Fever, not Milf Ever. Milf Fever. It is Milf Fever, but I looked at it and I was like, "What's Milf Fever?" I'm like, it's like that's so. I need more cowbell. I'm just saying that's what it said. Anybody who knows, you know, that's the name of the track. Anyhow, let me pull my head out of the gutter. Let me grab this and let's just go with it. Verdelight Dream, thank you so much, not only for the track, but for making my brain warp, because that's what we do here, guys. All right, here's Milf Fever from Donkey Kong. It's a remaster. It's all the pause. Oh, this is great, the video. So it says it's restored. So I'm wondering, you guys told me once before, is it taking the same exact instrumentation, they're just using it through new modules? Oh my God. That reminds me of that old cheesy DX7 trumpet. The swing of it, you know? If you listen to the delay on that, it sounds like a programmed 16th with a triplet with like a short feedback. Plays really well rhythmically into it. But this music is going perfect from what I'm watching in the game. Must have been really fun to play. Plus, I take it in gameplay, there's other things that are happening in sound design, right? Like the jumping, boing, boing, boing stuff. Stray Cats bass line. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. I caught a text in the middle of that. The other thing about that was that kind of Stray Cats vibe in the bass laying back. There was a lot of walking bass going on in there, but there was a lot of the arrangement on it gave it a lot of space. Now, I don't know if that's part of the original arrangement, but I guess so. Amin had said earlier that it's using the same exact, like if it was like the same MIDI files and everything like that, and just using newer sounds and stuff. I'm sure for anybody who played hundreds of hours on this, you know, that somebody had mentioned something about it doesn't quite have the original sizzle, or the compression is off a little bit. Or not off, it just obviously it's remastered, right? So it sounded really clean, and watching the game as well, this must have been really super fun to play against. So, all right, let's do one more, and we're going to get into our donut. So let's do one more Wheelie of Cheesley. Yeah, I guess the remastering aspect, Mason, is, you know, to give it that much more present vibe, a little more ambient, a little more real, a little more in your face, or a little more theater of the mind, cleaner mixes, cleaner vibe, you know, tones and everything like that. But as we all know, going through this journey here, that sometimes some of the best tracks is that those original, you know, 8-bit sounding kind of tracks just resonate differently, hit a different series of frequencies that register a little differently in my small world of thinking. All right, guys, let's do Queso Pobre. Then after this, it's catch-up dono time. Here we go. Queso Pobre. Oh, suck it, fala mala shing. Stand by. I have to grab the right form. There we go. You guys ready? He's goes in. All right. Who is this? Who is this? Hey, is this Visibility Zero? Visibility Zero. Look at you, man. Let's see what we got here for Visibility Zero. Okay, we're getting into some metal, it looks like, with Visibility Zero. And the track we're going to listen to is called Cold. It's called Cold, and the name of the artist is Before I Turn. So let's do this. You ready? All right. That's a lot of string cheese right there. 9-string guitar, 6-string bass. You know this is going to be butt heavy.
I
Real tight mix, very clean. I like the ambient work in the back of the pad. I was hearing a different element. It was kind of... This was trippy. This had kind of like... There's no two ways about it. This is metal. It's that new kind of... and this is 3 years old, so really, maybe these guys were ahead of the curve or something, but... the combo of the dreaminess... I guess ambient metal dreamcore. I don't know. It seems to be like in the surfing world when everybody did the very first aerial, that was absolutely insane. But now an aerial is a standard repertoire, part of the standard repertoire in a surfing contest. I mean, depending on the conditions. That everybody can do them now. And I think what's important in what I've been listening to in this kind of journey with music like this is that the padded works, the EDM sequences, the loops and stuff like that are now a standard part of the toolkit in metal. Not all metal genres, obviously, but in this particular style. So really what I'm listening to now, it's not so much the musicality of it as much as it is, I focus a little bit more on how they're using it, how they're staying within the core of what they are being as far as a metal band. The back and forth between clean and dark and growled vocals too is also a standard part of a repertoire now with a lot of bands that focus on this particular genre of music in metal. So very glassy sounding, very, very, what's it called? I hate to use the word dreamy. Dream metal? Did I just cause an earthquake by saying that? But anyhow. Yeah. Okay, let's go. How's about ethereal. That's another good one, yeah. All right. Let me do something first here, guys. Stand by. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? A lot of people came in today, Snake and those guys. I have 3 that were dangling since before I went to my surgery, and I want to get my friends over here. It's part of our usual suspects. So I'm going to get these 3 first, and then we're going to, and after that we start with Snake and go to Makuzia and Oronai, etc. So I just want to catch up on the folks that have been hanging out and waiting and dropped in cabbage. Oh, that's right, Cycloid. L.A. I remember the days. I was there for the Northridge earthquake. That was fudged. All right. We're going to start our Dono catch-up, really just 3 of them, and then we're going into Dono, fresh wheel of Dono. No, I mean, I'm just going to shut up. This is from MM33. Hey, MM, I know you're not here right now, but here you go. Here's your track. So this one is a song called Knocking at Your Door. The artist is Rusty Williams. And the message is, this is Haley Williams, singer of Paramore. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, Granddad. Oh, she helped him out, his music for the first time through her bandmate's record label. Oh, that's great. Oh, how cool is that? Okay, let's do this. All right. That Rickenbacker bass vibes.
Lights go down, music fills the air, and only in my mind I see you standing there. For now I realize.
What a stark different from the last song. That's why I love this stream. Sassy too, a wonderful track. Very Beach Boys, yes.
Why should we be apart? You are mine from the start. Won't you tell me now?
See, I don't know if he was singing on this or if maybe he wrote this.
Knocking at your door, and while your heart is aching, you know mine is breaking. For you won't let me in. No, you won't let me in anymore.
I love how the background vocals are really sticking to the vibe of how they were producing the day as beautiful voicings that supported the chord changes. All right, guys, I dropped some peanuts. 3-second rule. Track. Yeah, it was released here on YouTube, obviously a month ago, but it says here, Knocking at Your Door by Rusty Williams, grandfather of Haley Williams, debut album of never before released music, recorded between 1972 and 83. So I don't know if that's all it says here. So I don't know if this is maybe remastered or re-recorded. But if it is if it is her grandpa, and this is 7283, then the voice, then it tracks. I think somebody said it doesn't sound like a grandpa's voice. So what a great track, man. So we have had so far, the last 4 tracks have been so so our stream. But I love this lazy, you know, I think it was Lisa said it was kind of Beach Boy kind of vibe to it and stuff like that. Very shoe-bop kind of a thing. But for me, the seller was the, well, I love the sound of the bass. It had a Rickenbacker kind of vibe to it. But for me, I love, we don't ever hear it anymore. I'm not going to go Beato on this, but it's too bad because there's such great talent out there. But what I don't hear enough of, or it doesn't happen, because it's just not a trend, is those kind of background vocals that are you know, nice and voicings, harmonized and stuff, in addition to the rest of the instrumentation, you know. That would be great. All right. Never go full Beato. Boy, is that guy not having the best time of his life? He's funny and quirky about certain things, but I love watching that he's having a great time. Next up, Rotten Soundgarden, are you here? Okay, we are going to be doing a band. It's called Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Tony Hawk Pro Skater cover band. Okay. Name of the song is Amoeba. And the message is, hi, Jeebs and the Tijuana Brass. I think that means you guys. Hope you and Mom and Jeebs are doing well. Yes, we. Thank you. Oh, that's right. This is from last week. I've been reluctantly suggesting artists who are family and or friends, but 2025 is a cluster funk of cockwombies. A cluster funk of cockwombles. Why not? Birdman, hail from Sydney, and only play the soundtrack from the Tony Hawk video game. Oh, I see. A fun joke band that's taken on a life of its own. I'll be seeing them coming up soon, do their cover of Amoeba by the Adolescents. All right, let's go. Is Rotten Soundgarden, did he bail already? I think he bailed, didn't he? I don't know if he was in the stream earlier. Here we go. Go, Tony. It is Tony Hawk, man. He's crushing. Got a track like this would be perfect in one of his 50 games. Oh, it is? Oh, that's right. He said that, turn up. Now, it would have been more badass if he was skating a half pipe while singing. That's funny, Dorky. It's not hard to not let that hook into your head. I'll be deaf. I'll be deaf. I'm so weird. Tony Hawk lookalike on the band. What a legend that guy, man, skating. I mean, I think he's like 10 years younger than me, but or somewhere in that zone. But I guess this track is in the game. He must have showed up on stage. They were playing it, or wherever he was locally, and jumped in on this, which is great. Very punky, very skatey. I couldn't hear a lot of, the music was a live performance. But it's good to see that. For me, this is the kind of thing where I just love sometimes, where I'm listening to the music, but I'm really enjoying the fact that people are having a great time listening to the music, performing it. I think that's part of it for me as well, since I've never was a performer. So I get to live another, through these videos, kind of like, wow, it's so cool. Everyone's just having a good time, especially the members, or the audience and stuff like that, just taking them to where it is and creating indelible moments as well. I think all of us have ever been to a concert, if you're SB, I think SB goes to like 50 concerts a week or something, or a month. But each one of them etch a little killer spot in your memory, like, oh my God, that happened, this happened, this happened, that happened, this was great and stuff. You can only get that at live performances that you can't get out of, listening to the album or the 8-track tape, in my case. Okay, I have one more catch up and then we're on. It snows in Australia. I don't even think he's here. I haven't seen him pop in. All right. This one is Metallica with the San Francisco Symphonic Orchestra. This is called A Call of Ktulu. Call of Ktulu? Or Katola Kamala? I don't know. Let's go. That John Williams playing his own horn? Metallica are masters at finding these voicings that are very haunting. Oh, Dave wrote that one? Jason Numstead. Aman, who's the conductor again? I'm only assuming too that Michael Kamen. I wonder if he did the orchestrating as well. You good? Okay. I love that the band members are playing in tuxedo pants. I'm sure this is post-mixed, but it sounds really good. God, Jason's doing an incredible job on the bass, man. Great string arrangements. I'm trying to stay away from the large chunks. I know there's a lot of big fans in here. Great lead work, man. What the hell? A little bit of a 007 brass section work there. God, the orchestrator did a freaking job, man. This is an epic sizzle reel for the conductor orchestrator. I mean, not to take away from the guys playing it, but blending the two the way it is right now and the way it's been written, that's not easy shit. There must be a click track in his ear. There, I said it. Epic lift, Murphy. Heavy lift. I had to cast a little SP. Lisa, is this off? I think you said you have the DVD of this. Is this actually a performance that went on a DVD direct, or is this something that was Something else. SB, it was an SB, sorry. VHS, isn't that like Van Halen sound? And DAV. Thank you, San Francisco. Thank you. Nice. Sneak that little ending there. Now that sounded like... I gotta say, as a performance, that's probably one of the most badass sounds in orchestrating. That wasn't me. Something's glitching. Oh, something just ticked off. It just went into another thing. Okay, sorry. Without a doubt, that's probably one of the best sounding mixes, and I think the conductor orchestrator has metal in his blood. As I was listening to some of his arrangements of what's going on there, that's the other unique marriage. You know, whenever a rock band goes, let's take our music and what if an orchestra was up against it? And which is what happens all the time. But as far as I'm concerned, it's really paramount on finding that orchestrator, conductor, arranger that has in the cocoa, in the blood, a really heavy presence of metal awareness, you know, or somewhere in their journey of being, you know, a musician and stuff that can take it in, because there's been some times where I've seen metal bands with orchestral works supporting it, and you can just kind of tell when the orchestrator or the conductor is heavily steeped in more classical aspects of it. Not saying that that can't be a good marriage either, but this one to me was one of the most, I don't know, coolest for words. Sounded great. The mix in the post as well. I always wonder when they're mixing this in post, because there's always going to be a lag. All of us that are musicians, we know how hard it is. You know, as a band work is a lot more percussive and a lot more be straight on, you know, with the timing, especially with Lars. And the click track, and but because of the attacks of these, you know, human played instruments, the wind instruments, the strings and stuff aren't as in its velocity and stuff, so there could be a millisecond of a hazing in the down of there. So I wonder if they take like the whole thing and they actually maybe nudge it just a little earlier, beep, like, you know, 0.050, you know, milliseconds. Just go, just take the whole mix out and then nudge it just a little closer. That'd be something I would do if I was going nuts, not locking it up or something. So, all righty, let's continue. Now we are getting into our dono. Snake, are you still around, buddy, or did you go out on your motorcycle? You're up. Snake. There he is. You are what? I am. You are on your motorcycle, or you are here, or are you listening to me while you're on your motorcycle? Let's see here. Okay, looks like, first of all, we have to, excuse me, we have to acknowledge this is a 40,000 stream point Twitch collection by Mr. Snake. And so, super cool beans on that. Let's see what Snake wants us to check out. All right, we're going to be listening to some Boneworks OST. Oh, Jesus. This is called Opera de Ossium. I'm sorry, I said Boneworks OST, and that just reminded me of a name of an adult film that I was just like, wait, is that? No, it's not the same. Anyhow, so this is called, the lyrics in this are crazy. Was that legit low notes or post effects? Okay, well, let's find out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still lucid in the head, man. I'm still a little high, so I'm going to say stupid shit. Get that stuff, get that bingo card out there. All right, this is for Snake. Snake, first of all, thank you for everything always, bro. Here we go. Ghostly warbly. Great piece of music. This is great. Not overly produced, overly arranged, and still hitting the mark of being kind of spookily, like, not quite foreboding, but even that fun little sound design in the back is just keeping you in the fog, you know what I mean? Like a mist, dark mist kind of vibe. Nick, I'm assuming you're talking about this tone. There are bass singers that can handle that, but at this point it's about the miking. But a very simple Bach. Going Bach to basis. These singers, beautiful, glissy attacks on all of their vowels and stuff. Where is this actually playing in the game? It almost seems like if you're plowing through something very dark and cynical. Maybe not necessarily battle, but... thinking about this. It's almost... Something gnarly must be happening here in the video game. Yeah, we'll be back in a minute. I'm sorry, we're just going there. Snake, this was, I think, one of the things that's unique when I listen to voices like that. There are vocalists that can hit that. They have that. One of the things that's been extraordinary, I've been listening to different kinds of a cappella performances from groups. And the one thing, especially all of us who are engineer audio geeks, the clarity in which now everybody's heard with all the mic pre's and could be, you know, there could be some digital modeling going on, not in the voice, but in the processing. Everything now has such a clean, powerful, crispy sound. Truth be told, what's unique about that is that, in my experience, just doing voiceovers and stuff like that, you have to have that tone to pull it off, but it's also a breathing thing. You know, like a lot of people can get a lot deeper than they think when it comes to their vocal tones. And a lot of people, they think they got to go like this and they open up their throat. But the truth is what ends up happening is if you lose yet less and less air, and then now you're here. But then what ends up happening is you've dropped that to a place now where that has to be made up, you know, digitally somehow. The level changes and stuff like that. So that, you know, it's like, if you ever noticed, my brother used to tell me that he was blown away when he was on tour with Whitney, how Whitney would sing and the mic, she was a very powerful singer, but the mic would literally almost rest on her lips most of the time, you know, because she had such control. But the understanding was that let the mic and the preamp and everything do the job it needs to do with certain things. And therefore, you know, you're not blowing your throat out and stuff like that. So, well, it wasn't me, it was my brother, he did it. I wasn't a fan of hers as far as music-wise. I mean, she was great, but I wasn't into that pop vibe. Stand by for a second, guys. Okay. All righty. Well, Snake, thank you very much for that. Okay, next up. Let's go with Makuzia. Oh, okay. Makuzia is bringing it back in the house. One of my most highly blocked artists on my YouTube channel. I've been lucky lately. But anyhow, Makuzia, first of all, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you in the house, of course. So Makuzia wants us to listen to another track from Ado. And this track is called Elf. He didn't say anything in the message. He's just kind of chilling. I think he knows that we're all going to be in for a great track. Oh, good, Makuzia. Good to see you here. Glad you're doing well. Okay, here we go.
走りなさい早くもっと早く悲しみに追いつかれないように探しなさい明かりの灯る道をそれは
God, the dynamics in each single note.
挑みなさい君の美しさや尊さを傷つけるものに眠りなさい疲れたら眠り
I love the sauntery beat pattern. Very slick and laid back, because you know it's going to kick out. It's going to kick out somewhere. Nice. その名残が胸を刺す忘れたことも忘れてしまえ悲しみもぬくもりも消えてしまえされど今も耳に player's having a blast.
固く再会を願うようなさよなら Adieu, adieu, love you and you 踊りなさい誰に
Let's give us a little bit of a key change, please, Mahalo.
淡い息を放う枝のように叫びなさい
I'm just going off on that bass, too.
叫びなさいここに確かにいたんだと響かせて
I got to stop for a second. I haven't done this forever. Stop in the middle of a track. I just have to say the amaze balls thing about this artist. I'd be scared shitless if I was asked to write for her, you know, because like, what is the limits? There are no limits. She is an absolute master of every single note, every vowel that she has or syllable or the intonality of her as the language of Japan. She has the most amazing dynamics, from voicey to crackling voice to yodel to grit and everything. It's just mind-numbing.
行き合いの空に遠花火がにじむ帰るべき家を探す長い長い旅路を行くなら宝が鳴らせその心臓は最後の一日まで君のものだ
There's a little bit of an Earth, Wind, and Fire vibe to this. Is there not, guys? For those of you who know, you know.
君の森を育てるだろうそれは千年のホームシックでした無限さえも数え終えて怪物のような世界の隅っこで戦い続ける人に
I
は
got chicken skin. I got all goosebumps on that. Jesus.
旅は続く忘れたことも忘れてしまえ悲しみもぬくもりも消えちまえそれど今も耳に残るは固く再会を願うようなさよなら Adieu, adieu, love you and you Adieu, adieu
Just mind-numbing. I mean, she's a, I don't know. She's a Stradivarius in the making, and you know what that means when I say that. You know, it's like we're for me, when I listen to this, I'm witnessing legend-making vocal performances. I'm astounded by her performance. Every song, though, what's beautiful about the songs that she does, and Makuzia, you were saying that she's only maybe written one song. Most likely she's perhaps, I don't know if that works, grammar people tell me, but she's had to come to bat in additional arrangements, perhaps, at least vocally. Somebody with that kind of melodic play in their head has got to have a shit ton of life of arrangements and harmonies and different ways of doing things. I don't know what her musical skills are, but everything that even there was one simpler one, dare I say that, Makuzi, I think you brought it to us, where she did something with another artist on stage that was a little toned down. But I was thinking during that one, maybe it was because of the artist, it was her song, and Ado was kind of joining her and stuff. But yeah, with Miku, that's the one. But it's such a joy to listen to her. I mean, this is probably one of the very few times where I listen to music and I have to fight myself to actually get back into listening to music and not just stray off and just kind of in my mind listening to her. Something else I was thinking, I go, come on, this has got to be written. So I don't know what the process is, right? So I don't know if somebody, back in the day, for all of us that's ever done music, not everybody writes. So if you want your singer to learn something, you'd hum it in the cassette or in whatever it is you gave them. They'd learn it and then work it out and do something. Something like this, though, just in my mind goes, this has got to be written out, following the notes and stuff. And she adds her own dynamics and inflections and stuff on it. It's got to be. Doesn't mean that it is. I'm just saying in my mind. When I listen to her too, it's so precise. Her melodic structure. I said his name earlier, but this without a doubt would be something I'd love to hear Rick Beato glow about if he hasn't already. Because people like him, I'm sure they lose their mind listening to this kind of stuff. So anyhow, Makuzia, thank you so much. Excuse me. Yeah, I can imagine that she's going to experiment, and do all these things. That's what artists like this do. See you, Scorpius. Okay, let's go into Judgment Kazi. Judgment Kazi. Yeah, I have an acquaintance of mine says that she knows the charismatic vocal teaching lady. I think she's about to have a baby too, from what I understand. I'm sure she gets a ton of requests. Be great to get her to have her do one of them. All right, this one is from Judgment Kazi. We are doing some metal. The song title I don't think I'm going to get. This is actually, the thumbnail looks like it might be a game or anime. Ninjutsu. And the name of the song is Mugen no Juunin Butchery. Butcho. Okay. So let me see. I took a poll of the Discord and peeps wanted more Japanese metal, so I brought back the band and sent you before the surgery, Ninja Nishu. This track is a song they wrote for opening of anime of Blade of the Immortal, an anime that follows Manji, an immortal vagabond who curses his immortality and roams and slaughters villains as he attempts to kill 100 villains to repay his karma and gain his mortality so he can die. Trump. It's glorious, bloody, and brutal. I highly recommend the anime if you aren't so photosensitive. Doink, doink, doink. Okay, let's check this out. Let's go. Oh, this is that same band that we watched them live, right? I love the analog vibe on the recording. It's giving me some Black Sabbath vibes. a little bit of squeakiness in their chugs. We'll load it up there. God, this is so marinated in that 70s metal vibes. The preamblings. Yeah, this is very much a section here. System of a Down, that vibe. That bass tone, frick.
それが無限の住人
You know what this was a great listen for me, and I was kind of shut down and listening to it. Incredible miking technique for the guitar. Because the way I heard it, that wasn't doubled. That had to do with miking techniques. You know, setting up a stereo mic with maybe another set with phase cancellation or something like that. That whoever engineered the guitars on that was masterful. You know, did a smoking job. Also, the other thing is, I don't know exactly when this was recorded. Let me open up the description box here and see if there's a... Okay, well, it says it was released on 2020, but I don't know. Let me scroll this up here. If it says when it was, no, it doesn't. If this is a recent cut, these guys just said, let's just go into the studio. Let's bring out some studers. Let's get some tape running. Let's just nail this in a pass. There was a little bit of an overdub, though. There was a couple times where there were overdubs, but definitely had a lot of the earlier kind of, I want to say, there's some Deep Purple-esque kind of vibe in there, and also, I'm thinking of the other one. Oh, shit. I can't remember. I can only see the cover of the album. But for the sound that they have, as you guys are saying, this is a modern band. This is and anybody who's yearning, anybody who says, I wish somebody would produce metal like they used to back in the day, these guys nailed it, without a doubt. And any of us who are older, I'm sure you're going to agree that even though with today's technology, they didn't abuse it. As I was talking about on my, one of my videos I did in the Decomposer Lounge. But for a game hype track, I thought this was badass. And it is 4 minutes long, so I don't know, Kaz, I don't know if when you say that this was written for an opening of a game, if this was something that when you put in the CD or something, or, oh shit, there goes, I showed my age. I don't know how you play it. You start the game and titles start running or something like that. If this is the title runner that gets you up while you're maybe, doing what you do. But wait a minute, you said it's anime. I'm thinking game. Fuck, okay, I might have to take a short break and drink some water. Getting dehydrated. But, there is a smaller version of it. Okay. Oh, like a sizzle reel. Okay, gotcha. Or a sizzle reel version. Okay. Great track, Kaz. And thanks for bringing it in. And also thanks for you. I do spend some time, like sometimes, I do check Discord obviously more these last 10 days than I ever had before because I'm at home and I'm doing things. You guys have a lot of fun there. And I think it's Jakin. Who's the chef? Somebody's in there cooking some great looking stuff. And then somebody just dropped in a picture of poke. Somebody had some poke, some homemade poke and stuff like that. Bruh. Was Skippy do that one? Oh my gosh. I was like, bruh, you have no idea the land you enter. Next time I go to Foodland, which is around not too far from my house, I'm going to take some picture of like poke, like, oh, you know, like poke. Well, still, yeah, Jake, I've seen some of your stuff. I'm like going, oh, fuck, I could use some of that right now. Okay, next up is Oranai. Oh, Oranai is bringing up familiarity into our system here. Let's go ahead with Oranai. First of all, how are you? Good to see you here, if you're still here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you hungry. Oranai wants us to listen to Starset. Good to see you, Oranai. So we're going to do some Starsets. This is new. Okay, so you know, I love breaking off some new tracks here, especially when I got the gang here to listen to it. Give me your thoughts. This is new from Starset. All right.
You came in on a whisper, drip by drip, and leaped until my heart was filled with this. The middle of your ocean, here I sit, in my emptiness, in my own wickedness, and it's all counterfeit. You are my all, I am your surrogate. You only kill for the thrill of it. Mayday, we've been sinking in slowly, turning into something unholy, running away from the state of sins. This is a place heaven's not been. I shut my head, going in boldly. You and I can never be holy. Don't be surprised what the night brings.
Catching very slight sleep token type vibe.
Things I've worshipped at your altar faithfully.
This is badass. You know how I am about ambient work. You can beat the shit out of it, but when you do it right, this is what happens.
Go back from whence they came. Am I an idiot? I'm still not sick of this. And just like sycophants, we hate the way the numb feels into minutes. You know we love it, hypocrite. Mayday, we've been sinking in slowly, turning into something unholy, running away from the state of sins. This is a place heaven's not been. I shut my head, going in early.
That was nice.
I can never
Got a little production jerk, if you would, in the arrangement.
night brings. When you search the dark, you get dark things. All the monsters in your dreams.
Yeah, that 8 bars right there was really super badass. SB, if that's what you were talking about. That was kick-ass.
Let me show you every sting. Tie you up by your heartstrings. Let me take you till I break you and bring you to your knees. same sins. This is a place heaven's not been. I shut my end, going in boldly, human. I can never be holy. Don't be surprised what the night brings. When you search the dark, you get dark things. Surprised what the night brings. When you search the dark, you get dark things.
The track was precision AF. I what I love when I at least getting a little engaged with the video is the sterility of what the future looks like through the the video and how it's married in with this music and stuff like that. The music was incredibly detailed, sculpt. I don't want. I'm not saying sterile in the same sense as some people will say, "Oh, it's sterile; it just has no life." No, this needed that kind of really super Ginsu knife style concentration in the kind of tones they were using for their sequences and the ambient pads and some of the tail offs on some of the reverbs and delays and stuff like that. Typically, where I think most of us would have said, "Okay, here comes either a breakdown or they're going to powerball us with some dark, genty guitar style stuff." Well, they kind of gave it to us, except they did it in this more darker square wave synth, growly, the vocals were fantastic. I think straighten me out, obviously, but I think the only real live outside of the vocals was the drummer, playing on that. I'm not saying the keyboardist wasn't playing live. I'm not saying that everything was done in MIDI. I'm just saying. So it was vocals and the drummer. And the drummer, actually, there was a few times where, even though I didn't have a guitar to support what I thought would have been a great metalcore kind of punchy area, that drummer definitely, I'm going to say it, the drummer, definitely gave it that extra lift and kick in the gut. But everything else around that, it's like I said earlier in the track, one of the most unique challenges in today's day and age, because you have 1,000 sequences you can write or manipulate from or something like that, is which ones do you use, which ones make sense without over cluttering it, because the detail in the tones in each one of those things are so precise that you can really fill just from beetle fart all the way to dog whistle and still be able to hear things. So you can over arrange and stuff like that. So this was a really super sick track, Lauren. I really dug it. Matter of fact, I saved it. I'm gonna listen to it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna probably play this later and noodle guitar lead work over it. It gave me that vibe where I wanted to kind of bend a string, if you would. So, all right, Jakin, we'll see you in a little bit, buddy. You take care. Okay, next up here is Incentia. We're going to be doing a band called Thornhill. This is called Silver Swarm. And this is like, it says, let's party like it's 2001. You guys ready for this? All right, let's go. All right. Boy, did I just go off on a rant, didn't I? Oh, no volume? Oh, there is. Here it comes. It's a little bit of an 80s. Where's that coming from? What song? something in there. In excess, we call. Listen to the synth sequencing and the doubling on the guitar. We're leaning into the combo production element again. That Starset thing that we listened to as well. Not Starset thing, I'm talking about production-wise. A lot of delay messing around in there with reverse delays. Yeah, it's really super seductive. So this was just released a month ago. This apparently Thornhill, I don't know how many albums they are into their career or as a band and stuff like that. They're definitely, as we talked about before, it's almost like if it's that thing that's happening where there's a successful adjust in the genre, but that might create this the offshoot of, you know, seriously merging a lot more of the technical ambient, darker synth elements of production and giving it equal power, let's say, to everything else involved. Instead of it being these sporadic little spacey bits and pieces in production, they are now taking center stage. You know, the guitar riff all sounded like it was doubled with some super fat synthy kind of vibe. I'm saying it sounds like, I don't know because I'm old, and so how these musicians recreate their tones and their guitars to sound different ways is, I'll sit back and I'll enjoy the ride. I don't sit here from a place of knowledge knowing that I know that this is how these younger musicians and producers and engineers are doing things. But at least in my head, I'm detecting going, you know, I've played around with stuff like that on my own, you know, getting some kind of sequence going or some kind of dark synth and this. Well, what would that sound like that if I doubled that with a guitar? You know, what if I merged that? How about that as a new tone or something? It's it's great to listen to these little changes that are, you know, happening in production, as I mentioned before. But them whippersnappers, it is kind of funny though. I will have to admit, when I sit here and I watch now, as I've been doing this with you guys now a couple of years, and in the Decomposer Lounge and stuff like that, and I watch these bands coming out with stuff, and it's, especially sometimes some of you folks have said, well, when I was a kid in 2001, you know, that's when I got my very first, you know, training wheels taken off my bike. I'm like, no. You know, just getting old, man. That's just what it was. Incentia, that was a great track. It was a ball buster. Mental Pit. Is that what that's called? It's like mental. Is that it? The Mental Pit? Please describe that to me. Okay, next up is DJ Tambor. How are you, DJ? Did you come in late? You either get old or you die. Great. Well, I don't get old in my head. I just sit there. You know, my life right now is watching the world eating a bag of popcorns. Except for that track I played you earlier before this recording. Okay, DJ, how are you, Bubba? Bruh. Okay, this is, I think it's a game. The thumbnail didn't show up on here. This is called, the song is called Song of Sorrow. The name of the game, I guess, is Virtua Fighter 2. This track is the main theme of a Canadian wrestler named Wolf Hawkfield that plays on his level. Oh, so this might be an old school one. All right, let's see what this is. You guys know this? I don't know this. Let's listen to it. Oh, definitely looks like an old game. Oh my God. Listen to those samples. Great rhythm. I like that. It's giving me little Phil Collins vibes. The Genesis, that's what I'm talking about too, yeah. Also a Jan Hammer vibe. Very intoxicating. If this is, I guess it's a fighting game, right? So, yeah, you know, I can listen to this and be kicking ass all day long. It's not intrusive. You know, the 16th. That straightness with the you know. That right there was a very Jan Hammer move. Yeah, I like that. I never heard of that term, retro wave. That little turnaround right there just reminds me of the Miami sound or Miami Vice tracking thing. Very nostalgic with the tones and everything, and I'm sure all you guys that played the game probably were just going back in the days of what it looked like and sounded like, or the sound design over it. The hitting, the punching sounds. It might have been the kicking sounds and a lot of the hoo, ha, ooh, But this was not, these are one of those tracks that even though it was just motoring on the whole time, it was definitely just in third gear, just revving up as hot as it can, just going. It didn't grind on me. Like I'm sitting there going, what if I was playing this game for 3 hours and I was listening to that? Would it bother me and stuff? It didn't. I just liked the play on the rhythm. That kind of thing. It kind of keeps you in the grind there. And those were some old ass samples, without a doubt. Well, old for me. So guys, I might actually be having a problem with the form here. I'm not too sure. Let's see what happens here. Let me go. Senor Rui, are you here, my friend? Let's see what we got. After this, I'm going to take a short break, guys, because I need to. Let's see, we got it. Yeah, I think we're having a problem with the form now. Shoot. Something's going on. Okay, next up is hang on for a second. This one is called this is from Senor Rui, and I don't think he's here. But this one is called, it's from another game. This is an OST called Black Mesa. The name of the track is The Hunting. Oh, there he is. This song plays during the segment where you are pursued 15-foot queen face crab with a giant ball sack thing. Okay, fine. So my ex-wife, no doubt dragging along the ground no doubt dragging along the ground getting caught on the rocks and brambled as she gallops after you is probably the key factor in her ill temperament. God, that's the imagination of her trying to get me to sign the divorce. No. Okay, let's go. Let's see what happens. She'll never see this. Based on the description that you gave me image-wise, I love the choice of tones here. So you have the female voice doing its thing, but the darker, is the teabag element of the character. As you said, the balls are dropping down, teabagging, I don't know, something like that. That's a good way to put it, cozy dark, yeah. be a track that I think Trent Reznor would have written in a synthwave sci-fi kind of vibe. It has that vibe, doesn't it? I am balling out. I'm feeling a little testy. Oh, was that it? Oh, bruh. It didn't bother me. Like, musically, very relaxed. No outstanding, standout anything melodically and stuff like that. But for a piece of music that gives you the vibe you're playing, you're battling, you're getting away from or something like that, as simple as this was, I really liked the growth of it, where you had the little hairy, darker tone. That would be the hairier, darker tone. But then you had the other end of the character with the wispy, female voice and stuff. And I'm just saying, I don't know why. I'm in a very rare space anyhow. The tom aspect of it, or the clinical and punchiness of the toms, and just the straight percussive aspect of it, that track could have it kind of reminds me of something like in Halo. What I used to like about Halo is when the composer, I forgot his name, kind of interviewed him too. I'm like, duh. Marty. When Marty would do things with the tom-toms that otherwise I'd go, I go, but God, it really does work. It gets you into the next scene, or it gets you into the next place without having to be too much. With just a little bit of musical work behind it, a little short string stuff. It's just a kind of reestablishing scene kind of vibe, So, yes, I did do a Green Serpent. I think it's over on my Decomposer Lounge. When the brass threw it. Oh, man, come on, bro. You got to start writing me jokes. When the brass went through puberty and dropped. Shit. All right, guys.